moms, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be walking you guys through the Gather Round Easter mini unit. He is risen. Today I am going to do a flip through on the teacher guide, pre-reader, and upper elementary. These are just the 3 books that I've cut out from the printouts and made our own little cedar scripts. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna try to do this the best way that I can. Now, I have not used this yet. We got it for this year. So this is new to me as well, okay? So I am just doing a flip through. I do not know much about this unit study yet. I've never used it. I don't know how everything is going to work or play out, but I did want you guys just to see a good inside look at this curriculum or this unit study. It's not a curriculum. Okay, so starting here with the teacher guide. Now, before I start flipping through all of the pages, I did want to let you guys know that I didn't print out a couple of the first pages in this unit study just because it was about, I think I did the letter for us, but different rules and regulations and things like that I didn't print out. And I wanted it to be a certain layout, like a certain page with a certain page, if that makes sense. So you will notice if you do print out your own that I don't have a couple of the pages in mine. So I went ahead and printed out the front again, so when I open the book, it is there. So then it starts off with the lesson reflection, and it walks all the way through lesson 11, okay? And this is this activity here. This is optional. Now you can have some places here at the bottom to write your notes about each lesson and how you want to use it. Here is a list that you can write up and check it off. Our favorites, I guess you can write your favorites that you've done throughout the unit study, memories that you guys have made while doing the unit. Don't forget. So she does have this shopping list here, which I thought was pretty cool. Here is a book plus resource list. I thought this was kind of nice that they did this, and they actually have the grades of what books you should be looking into. So they have the pre-reader, early elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. And then for the book resources, it shows which grades these books are good for. So I thought that that was nice of them to do that for us. Here is their supply list, the things that you need for each lesson. I thought that this was pretty handy. A lot of the curriculums I'm noticing are starting to have this. So this, I'm thinking I may get ready probably this weekend for us, so it's completely ready. Here's a scope and sequence. She's laid it out to show us what verses in the Bible we will need, how it relates to history, biblical concepts, language arts, art, social studies, and geography. The table of contents. She's put in this Matthew 28, 1 through 10. And then here we start lesson 1. So you're going to read this and this to your children or child, and then this is a note to you to let you know what you can have them do while you're reading this. It kind of gives you a little note about the pre-reader. If you have a pre-reader or elementary student, they can have their unit study open and coloring the page while you're reading so that they have something to keep their little hands busy. Here's a little family discussion that she has here with some questions like a family conversation starter. And then you are going to continue here on the back and explain what Easter symbolism is. And then there's an activity break. So where did Easter come from? You're going to read this to your child, continued on to the next page here. And then you're just going to ask some questions here. And then it lets you know to have your kids open up their notebooks, and that's when they're going to work through their books. Unless they are in the younger grades, they get to color a page while you're discussing this or reading this to them. So here it shows on page 1, it's going to be decorating Easter eggs. And then page 2 is going to be all about Holy Week. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside or pull it down here, and then I'm going to show you what they're going to do in the pre-reader. So this is the coloring page that they're talking about that they can color through while you are reading the lesson to them. And then this is the lesson 1 Easter egg. So this is the activity that they're going to work on. And then page 2 here is Holy Week. So with their Holy Week, because they cannot write, they actually have these little cutouts in the back of their book, and it's behind the appendix. And that's where you will find things for them to cut out for their pages. So here is lesson 1, cutouts for the calendar. So they're going to cut these out. And as you are reading this information to them, they're going to be putting the stickers, or I'm sorry, the cutouts where they belong. They're going to be gluing them in here. Now, you know you have to help them because they're little, but that's what they're going to be working on. Now, with the upper elementary, for them, they will have the Easter egg the same as your little ones. And then here for the second activity, here's Holy Week. And they are going to be writing in the dates here when you read off to them in this book. So it's going to be the same thing, but they're going to be writing it, and your little ones are going to be pasting or gluing in the special days. Okay, so going back to the teacher key, we're going to start lesson 2, and this is all about Lent. So you're going to read through this up until here, and then you guys are going to open your Bible and read through the Bible. Then you're going to continue on reading to your children or child, and then this is the time for an activity, and then you're going to go back to reading. And then it lets you know it's time to open their student notebooks. So again, I'm going to show you guys the pre-reader. This is the coloring page that they can be doing while you're reading. And then this is going to be their lesson, their activity, okay? And this is going to be the Gospels. So here's the Gospels. You're going to read this to them. And then this is what they need to do, the Gospels here. Again, because your kiddo is too young to write, you go to the back of the book where the appendix is, and it shows you right here, lesson 2 cutouts for the Gospel. They're going to cut these out, and you want them to glue them on here according to the Gospel. And let's see here. Now, moving on to the upper elementary, it looks pretty much the same, except they already have the books here, and they're going to write them out here, and then you're going to have them answer the question here. Now, moving on from the Gospels, this is the second page they're going to be working through, and this is for fasting. And this you're going to read to them. Here's a little note to yourself. And then they are going to open their book up. Again, this is the pre-reader. Just read the directions. The child's supposed to draw a picture here in this space. And then for the upper elementary, it's pretty much the same here, okay? Now, moving on back to the teacher guide, here is the spotless lamb, and this is going to be lesson 3. Isn't this lesson 3? It doesn't say. Yeah. Huh. I think they forgot to write the lesson. So you're going to, again, read through all of this here. It tells you to have a little movie night, and then it tells you to have your kiddos turn to their student workbooks or notebooks. Again, for the pre-reader, you have your coloring page that your child can color through. Now this is going to be all about the cedar, and you're going to read through this, and then they are going to prepare a plate. So for your little ones, your pre-readers, here is the plate here. And in the back here, you're going to find the cedar food. So they're going to cut these out, and they're going to paste them there. And then for your older upper elementary, they have the plate here with the pictures, and they are going to actually draw the lines to the item and give the meaning here for each of the items. Okay, so then moving on to page 2 in their notebooks, this is all about good news. You're going to read this to them. Here's a little note for yourself. And then moving into the pre-reader, so you're going to have them draw a picture that describes the gospel to them, that what they think of when they think of the gospel. Have them draw a picture here. And then for your older ones, for the upper elementary, it says that they need to draw a picture and then write a gospel message, what they would say to somebody about the gospel. And then they are going to write out John 3:16 here. guys, that is it for this flip through. I hope that this was helpful to some of you, and I decided I had originally talked throughout the whole flip through, but I decided that I just wanted to explain to you in a few lessons just so you get the hang of it and the rhythm, and then I just wanted to show you guys books. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys, and I hope that you have a blessed Easter. You guys stay safe and be blessed always.